Alright, I think we are live here. Welcome in, everyone. Gamerman, I see you already in the chat. Welcome in, welcome in. We are opening up so much product today. I've got my PokeAim bundle down here. Just came in a couple days ago, and I've had all this great stuff waiting from the Awakened Kickstarter rewards. I am dying to open this up with you all. Quick little double check. Alright, I'm going to clear some of this off. I've got a box of Lifestream, one of each Lifestream starter deck. We've got the PokeAim bundle, which has the Hera Aeolus double starter deck. We've got a couple Shattered Stars. We got Aquarius and Gemini, I believe. I think that's Gemini. We've got a TP 4-pack from the PokeAim bundle, as well as PokeAim himself here. Let's see if we can get a little focus on it. We've got the PokeAim Divine promo card here as well. Leave that in its foil. I've also got, to open today, I've got one of each of the Awakened promo packs. So we've got the Spirit promos. So that's one of each Spirit in its regular full art as well as a stellar variation. And then we've got the other promos. So we've got the regular promos and then the stellar pack of the promos. I've already opened up one to throw a few in the decks, but we're going to open up more here on stream. And then I picked up some Shattered Stars bundles in the rewards as well. So we've got a Sagittarius. Maybe we'll be able to find that. Maybe we'll be able to find that nice X out of 10 and Titan before A Drive does. I think there's only 4 left in the world out there undiscovered. And then we've got both the Virgo, which is the Demeter, and then I think it's Libra is the Artemis. So hunting some full art stellar divines as well. I've got a box of Firestorm just for my collection. I've got a lot of Firestorm in the sealed, and so if we got time, I'll throw that in there. And then I picked up a bunch of packs from my recent store championships. So we've got a couple TP5s, throwing in a few of the premier packs, some TP3, and then we've got some Sunstrike boosters as well to throw in there, just to open up, get a little bit more variety here on the stream. All right. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to move all this off to the side real quick. Open up some of the space here. Welcome in, guys. Are clearing off space to be able to start opening some stuff. All right. Al what's up? Thanks for joining in. Get this mat set up. Oh, this is my new favorite little guy. These Omnilith plushes turned out adorable. I love this little guy. Just sitting on the desk staring. Put him back in his spot. Also picked up the Awakened binder. This is, I mean, Elestrals kills it with their binders, but I really love this one. The smoothness of this one is absolutely awesome, and the art is great. And then, as you can see, I've also got the Penterror desk mat here. Such a great mat. I'm glad that they're actually going away from the zones in the new mats for Columbus. I think this desk mat is the step in the right direction to show that as well. So, all right, we're going to start off here with our PokeAim bundle. So we've got the PokeAim card. I'm going to keep this sealed here for now. Might put that in like a magnetic case later. We'll start off here with our Hera and Aeolus double starter deck bundle. Yeah, I really love this mat. Gamerman, it is, let me grab my other mat real quick and I'll try to compare. It's definitely bigger. It's a lot wider. So here's a Hermes one. It doesn't really show it, but so from my camera angle is usually set up. Yeah, so where my camera's at basically fits one, just cuts off the edges of one mat, but like top length it's there. It is about a good four inches on both sides, and then about 2 inches up and down. So it'll take up some room on your desk, but like it fills out the desk nicely, I would say. Yeah, Kubalo, I like the zones too. Like I actually don't mind them. I think they do design them well with the zones. But I think some of the art that they're releasing is like so much better without the zones. At least like the ones that they revealed for Columbus, I like so much without the zones. And maybe that's just because of the designs they have. But up until this point, I mean, I do like the zones. I think it's helpful for players to have the zones, especially teaching the game. And that because, you know, we get a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh players and stuff. So making sure that they're, know that there's only four playable zones. All right, so we got the Imperial starter deck. And we don't get anything there. So they're going to start taking up a lot of room. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to die on that hill either. Like, it's such a minor thing that it really doesn't matter. All right, we got a nice little chip and a Stratomoth here. And nothing. Man, my luck with these starter decks has been absolutely abysmal this set. Like, I've never had this bad of luck on them. All right, let's get into some stuff. Let's open up, what's this, Aquarius? Let's get into the Aquarius. All right, oh yes, I forgot this one has the constellation Penterror in it. That's awesome. Love that card. And then we've got an Ivory on the sticker. Alright, we'll go first pack here. Yeah, I was talking to Zero about it last week, and I mean, he's had good luck, I would say, for it, but otherwise, I mean, I've been in Lucas's streams, his Whatnot streams, a ton, and I haven't hit anything from him. Ooh, Full Art Aviolith. Good one. But yeah, we had, like, Lucas's streams has had such bad luck, even, like, doing it from the single starter decks, and I can't believe it. Like, I really wanted the Volcaries just to pull at least one of them, but I gave up on that, like, weeks ago. Yep. Yeah, that Volcaries is such a good one, but it is evading. Okay, basically same pack. Nope. We got everything the same except a bag of wins. All right, what are you guys thinking of the new Snowshade stuff? I can already hear my wallet crying because I'm pretty excited for it. Another carry-on reverse. All right, playset of reverse carry-ons. Ooh, Island of Aeolia. So this is the only... This Full Art Stadium is awesome. The Stellar version from the... I guess, what are they now? Starter packs from the event. I've only opened one, and it was a wind one. The Stellar of that is so good. All right, let's move on to... I think this is Gemini. We got a Giraflora. And first pack. I honestly forget what's in this pack. I forget what's in this pack. Yeah, this is Gemini. Is this Solar? I think this is a Solar month. Second favorite thing came out of the Shattered Stars. Yeah, they're so good. Okay, so it is the Solar month. Yeah, I really love the stuff. All right, Exaltus and Liar. What's your favorite thing that came out of Shattered Stars? Because for me, it's like hard for me to say what mine is because of all the changes that have happened. I'm super excited for these ACKs to come out. I think where they landed with the new stuff is going to be great. But the stained glass stuff is always super fun for me. Nice. Oh, Twindra, nice. But I really liked what they did. What was it, Virgo and onward with the changes in the rares, and they're all full art rares, or maybe that was in the Libra month. Full art, yeah, full art ethereal spirits, yeah, those are great. The only thing I hate is that even though they only did it, did them once for the Thunder month, and then now they're reprinting them for the ACKs. Ooh, I love the shatter foil on the stained glass. It's turned out so good. I really want the ethereal spirits to not be rares. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want more of the felt spirit arts. Like, I know they're good, and I'm not saying the art on them isn't good. I just don't like, if we're gonna introduce multiple different kinds of foamy into foamy, and oh yes, the Nova Core. It took me so long to pull this. Yeah, but I would just prefer to be able to always be getting a ethereal spirit as my spirit in the ACK. I think that would just be so much better. All right, package this up. Not a bad PokeAim bundle here. Stained glass spirits are awesome. Those are really good. All right, let's start busting into some live stream. Yeah, the full art world spirits. I mean, you might say you spent more than you wanted to on them, but they're great. I mean, I don't have any myself just because I didn't want to. If I'm not gonna bling the deck fully out in it, like for something that couldn't go, I'm not gonna spend the money on it. But I'm actually gonna grab the open one, so sneak peek, I guess, for what we'll open here in a minute. But these full art spirits from that we're gonna open in a minute from this Kickstarter, these are my favorite. I'm glad I got the packs I did. I think I would try to buy more of off people. Like I could play those and just those for the rest of my time. But let's get started. Let's go Artemis first. But I know a lot of people that have the full art world spirits. Like most of the people I play at locals, that's the ones they have. And I mean, they look great. No shame in going in on those. That's for sure. All right, you know what? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna open all of these up, and then we'll do similar. We'll try to see if we get the stellar or reverse out of all of them, and then we'll start ripping all the booster packs together. Anyone going to Card Party this weekend? I know I'm not, but I know there's definitely going to be some better attendance from what I can see on the at least the tournament side of things. I know there's people that are going down there to help run demos and other stuff with the team that aren't signed up for the in-person tournament down there. All right. We'll see which starter deck gives us the best hits. Yeah, I may consider it. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to get more because I got like three to open, one to put into the binder, and then one to keep sealed of all of them. So I haven't decided if I'm going to open or like if or how many more I want to get, but just for how they turned out, that like if I got more, this would probably be the spirits that I go for. You're going to Card Party? Awesome. Well, good luck in the tournament. I won't ask you what you're planning to bring, of course, unless you want to share. And that I don't know, not too sure what you've been playing before in premieres so far, but I think this is gonna be a pretty fun time down there. All right, we've got the Keon starter decks. We got our Glaciersa and nothing. I think these are done right where they're there. Yeah. All right, nothing from Keon. Frost. Those Frost ones have never been good to me, and even though I love Frost. All right, got Posthumous and nothing. No Fawnlet. Really, if I could get one, it's going to be wanting to pull another Drataya out of here, or really a Reverse Madness would probably be best. I've got one Reverse Madness right now. I'd love to get another one. Nope, nothing. Not surprising. Yeah, Dougie Douglas. I'm an original Earthcaster, but I don't know. I haven't been on Earth in a while. And let's see. Nope, nothing from our starter decks. All right. Yeah, but I've not really toyed around with that stuff, whether in like the Dougie Dio or doing it with like sloths. I've been, I mean, original Earth, but I've always loved fire. I've been Sulfury pilled for a long time now, and it just I love Sulfury so much. Yeah, just worse Blistrix. Yeah. Reverse Theraheart and a Rumantis. This is a card. Took me so long. It took me so long to pull this card. Set that off. Make a little. Try to make some piles here. Yeah, and it being worse Blistrix isn't a bad thing. I don't like Blistrix, so let's not make a better version of Blistrix. Terratlas, Foamy, Fungi, Typhlant, Abominursa, Blizzard, September, Guardian. Ooh, Reverse Solar Burst. There we go. And a Chronodile. Let's save that Reverse Solar Burst there. Probably got a few reverses I still need out of live stream somehow. Alright, we got a Zaptor, Dense Fog, P-Gust, Smoltuga, Foamy, Satember, Cyprong, Terrasail, Reverse Hellmelt, and oh, there we go. First big hit. Where are we going? The Latagon, Champion of Dionysus. That is a good one. Let me find some sleeves here. I will say I do like that we still have some, that Dio wasn't like completely flushed out of relevancy after one set. Have you done your has anybody done their store championships yet? I know we're kind of on the back end of those. What are we on? Artemis packs. This camera is so hard to focus up. There we go. P-Gust, Dense Fog, Ursicle, Abominursa, Thyrsus, Cyprong, Reverse Lycoris, and Caprigal. Well, I can't say nobody likes Blistrix. I think there's a few members of the community that are big Blistrix players. Full Tempest jumps here. Yeah, I was very tempted to take your list to my second one, Gamerman. I just didn't have the time to get it built in between my first one and that one, so I just had to do a run back, which did not go good. But yeah, I won with Sulfury at my first one. Ice Age, nice. And then I just ran Sulfury back again, and it did not go as great. But I didn't go into Sulfury to not be too aggressive because I was at somewhat of a spirit disadvantage. 2 games against Champs of Poseidon. And I got eddied. I just kept getting eddied the one game, and it killed my soul. But I destroyed that deck the day prior, and so it killed me to lose to it. All right, reverse Abominursa, with that one. Yeah, I mean, you come up with some good stuff. I've been looking at Champs of Zeus stuff recently, and since you had said you won your locals on it, I mean, why not just net deck it? Makes it easier on me when I hadn't really looked at it. Hey, Lucas, what's up? Welcome in, Lucas. Nice. Cyanectar. Foamy. There we go. Lucas, I know prepping for a big whatnot stream tomorrow. All right, it's the second pack of the Dio deck. A Lycaris, Sparkit, Humbust, Barabib, Fawnlet, Magneros, Nectar, Ampup, Luminape, and another Ice Age. Alright. Not too bad of pulls so far. Angle that a little bit better. Say, Lucas, don't worry about being late. We got a lot to open. So we got a lot to open, and there's plenty of time around here. I got a little bit of time before I gotta get dressed to go to work. Hopperoo, Reverse Dense Fog, and a Caprigal. All right. Too bad. Gamerman, are you going down to Card Party, or just wait until Columbus? I saw you said you did get your Kickstarter tracking, so that's awesome. Sparkit, Cynectar, Sundial, Ursicle, Thunderstorm, Blizzard, Cyprong, Reverse Madness, and a Deadshot. So these seem like the least chippiest of the of the live stream stuff I've gotten. Oh yeah, you're doing the Gen Con stuff. Yeah, man, I wish I could be down there, pop down to Indy for that. You know, it's only a couple hour drive, but not really in the schedule for me, unfortunately. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, all you gotta do is ask for it. Sometimes you ask, and then the universe will just give you what you were looking for there. Reverse Barabib and a Morfrost Chimera. Yes, one of my favorites. I am so excited for the Morfrost Champion of Hades Draco form. I don't know if anybody else in here is a big Morfrost person. You know, we can at Perky now that it's been mentioned, but I love the Morfrost stuff. Luminape, Sprouter, Kindleo, Findust, Drataya, Thyrsus, Necklace, Ivory, Reverse Humbust, or Burst, and a Lycavolt. Hey, there you go. There's that Lycavolt, gamer man. Yeah, getting one on your birthday. That's awesome. Yeah, I was patiently waiting for these ethereal reveals. I was like I want to do it, but I don't want to push too much to ask for to be included on it. And then of course I got it while I was on vacation, which I knew it was going to happen. So I was glad I prepped by bringing some cards with me, because I had no clue what to do, and I knew it was going to be a last minute thing. All right, let's get these decks out of the way. About to create so much bulk. Kind of starter decks is like what I get from Lucas over here. It's going to be a nice activity next couple days to sort through this and figure out what I want to do with them. Let's see. All right, I think it's time that we start opening some of the promos here. So let's see. Which one should we start with? Oh, they leaked the Snowshade card. Gotcha. Hey, any kind of reveal. I mean, honestly, I think really you just kind of got to stay connected. I think I don't know who fully decides or like in future stuff who decides. I mean, I know like Frontage reached out on these ones, I think. But I mean, you're active in the community. I'm sure once it comes for Snowshade, we're going to be able to. I hope they still kind of keep the community fairly involved on the reveal side of it. And actually, we're going to pause these just for a second because I realized I didn't even open the Sunstrike stuff from the Joey bundle. So we can't put a stamp on the Joey bundle until I open the booster packs. So our Joey bundle might actually be even better. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do a Snowshade reveal as well, or at least somehow be a part of that. Riceros, Nimbug, Havacub, Armadon, Sloth, Twindra, Gardon, Reverse Havacub, and Imperawat, Champion of Hera. I keep pulling the big penguin. I've pulled quite a few big penguins. Toss that there. Yeah, I think if I could do a reveal, I really want to reveal some of the Hades stuff with Frost now because I mean, I love Frost, and I think the Hades stuff is gonna be so fun. I mean, the Cryo Scorch line, like Cryoling was my first stellar that I ever pulled. Whoa, is that? That's double reverse rares there. First time that's happened to me. Yeah, Lucas, I don't know if there's really a. I don't know. I don't know how they decide things. I think it's changed a lot from set to set on what they do because I know, like we had, what do we have? I think Dan made a lot of the decisions at least early on. Like, I mean, he did with like who he originally partnered with. To like promote the game. So I think like, you know, getting MBT into the game, Coder, most of the Elestronauts, K-Cray, I think a lot of them got in initially because of Dan. Oh, Full Art Argo. I hadn't pulled that one yet. Yes, there's a new one, a new edition for the binder. Oh yeah, these full arts are so good. These are absolutely amazing. But I think Dan made a lot of those early decisions, and I think like with the Elestriads and stuff, I think a lot of that was Dan like picking people because we needed a lot more promotion in the beginning, so you know needed to have established creators in other spaces to promote the game and kind of spread the word. But I do think we're getting to a point where we've got people in this community that are now putting out content on their own, that's Elestral specific, that, it would be nice to have a little bit more like community double Leo. All right. A little bit more like community specific creators, get promoted for it. And nothing against anybody that's, been doing it from the start, because they've been around and they deserve to continue to do it. I would just love to see some extra inclusion from the rest of the community, because we're all small creators, but we want to see the game grow. So I think it'd be awesome. All right, let's start with now let's break into our Awakened promo packs, because the Joey bundle did provide a nice full art Argo, so I will take that. And yeah, doing Hades looks so cool. I mean, the Athena stuff is going to be cool too. But I'll leave that to our myriad of lunar specific casters around this place. All right, these are the regular ones. So we've got a Sprouter, Necruff down in the Forge or in the Volcano. That's so cool. I haven't taken the deepest look at these. Sluggle. This game, I'm really hyped up for this game. I would love to see a little bit more of what they've done with it, but I think it's going to turn out so good. Hydrake. My guy Kryling, my boy. Sundial. Fawnlet. A very good Fawnlet. Alright, now we're into the runes. We got Scythe of Demeter. Hammer of Hephaestus. Trident and Poseidon. I love how since these are all like 2-cost runes, Thunderbolt of Zeus, that they did the middle ascensions on the runes for these. I think that's awesome. Bag of Winds, Scepter of Kion, little Cryovern, and Bow of Apollo. We don't have a 2-cost here, but still got the middle ascension. And same here, Bow of Artemis with the Theraheart. And then now into the runes. Earthquake. This is honestly, we'll get to it in the other pack, but this Earthquake art. All right, come on. We gotta focus up here, camera. All right. Well, maybe we'll show it off with the Stellar. We've got Eruption, Tsunami. There we go. Oh, almost. Thunderstorm, Tornado, Blizzard, Solar Burst, Rise from the Shadows, and Altar of Stars. Another quick shout out to Altar the Stars guy, little Omnilith. All right, let's look at the Stellar versions, because I mean, what does everybody want to see out of this absolutely fat pack of cards? We want to see Stellars. Let me know what your guys' favorite one out of these is. I really think the Stellar Earthquake is probably my favorite that I've seen. All right. If we can get some focus here, that would be great. I don't know what it is about this camera. Alright, well, we got Sprouter. We've got Necruff. We've got Stellar Sluggle. Stellar Quackle. A insanely shiny Stellar Hydrake. The Stellar Cryoling, Stellar Sundial, and Stellar Fawnlet. I never know how to fix this. Got a Scythe, Hammer of Hephaestus, Trident of Poseidon, Thunderbolt of Zeus. Ooh, shiny, blinding. Bag of Winds, Scepter of Keon, Bow of Apollo, Bow of Artemis. It must be the... Run that. There we go. The Stellar Earthquake here. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite, from the promos. There we go. Earthquake. Yeah, this is probably my favorite, especially the runes. Eruption, Tsunami, Thunderstorm, Tornado, Blizzard. Hey, we found the Stellar Cryoscorch. Somebody tell Dan to give me the Divine. Make him a champion of B-Hex. Solar Burst, Rise from the Shadows, and Altar of Stars. These turned out so good. Like, I mean, this is like dark. It's like it's a pretty dark card. All in all, it actually looks better in the camera here because you get the reflection more. But like, this is such a good looking card. And then one of my actual favorites now is these spirits. So let's make sure we get them in view and focused up here. Slide those cards. There we go. We've got the Tyratlis, Vipyro, Leviathan, Zaptor, Lycoris, Flurmine, looking at the mountains, Luminape, Owloon, and then on to the stellar versions, which, my goodness, these turned out so good. I love these Kickstarter full art spirits. Vipyro, Leviathan, Zaptor, Lycoris, Flurmine, Luminape, and Owloon. The new the stellar foiling and what they've done with the new updates, like, these are they're so sparkly here. Like, they're just so nice. All right, package these up. What does everyone think of the new stellar? What did Dan call it? I have to check X again for it with this Scarabix, but the new like white border, like I guess it's stellar foiling, like the stellar foiling stellar border. How do you guys feel about it? Seems like they're switching up come next set. With the promos and that for the stellars, to do the stellars in like white border. I don't know if that's going to be for like the main set cards too. Like, if they're going to do that, because it seems a little odd to do that. But hey, welcome in, Round Trip. Yeah, we've gotten some decent pulls so far. So we just went through the all the promos and that, so you know, every pull out of here is good, even though it's guaranteed. But we did our PokeAim bundle, and our PokeAim bundle got us a full art Argo from the booster packs in the starter deck. Got some nice other holos, and then we got a full art Latagon Champion of Dionysus out of one of our live stream starter decks as well. And now, yeah, it's going to be all stellars. I'm not too mad about it. The only thing that I'm iffy on, and I don't know from a design standpoint, like if it looked too overdone and maybe looked a little tacky or something, but I was thinking if we can do that stellar foiling border, because I think it really makes the foiling show really nice. If we can make this this portion right here around the text box and that, kind of like what we had with Clash, and that you could change this around on the card. If this was made to be that that same foiling on that the black is going to change to that white stellar foiling, I think that could look really, really good to make them stand out. Because it, like, I just don't know, the colors backing up when it's white versus black border is just a little different to me. I think it's a little bit of a shock factor right now, realistically, but I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. I do think the Scarabix that Dan showed off though does look pretty good, so I may not be. I'm not gonna say it. I'm out on it. Definitely a little thrown off by it though, because we did not know that was coming at all. All right, so we have got a Nimbug on a sticker. We hit a stellar Ash Rabbit sticker, and a Cinder. And so we've got one bundle of Sagittarius. I mean, give me the Antitan, please. We've got, what I say this was, Libra, and then Virgo. So I think we'll go back and forth. Let's start with the Sagittarius. I opened up so much of this initially. I didn't, and the funny thing is I haven't hit a Mudlet. I haven't hit a Verdolith. I know Dan owns basically all the Verdoliths. And I definitely haven't hit that Antitan. Let's not be that. All right. Lucas, we're not gonna. we don't need to bring that up. Ardbud, Panzer, and a full art Verdolith. Yeah, we won't get it. We won't get into that situation tonight, Lucas. They can get missed though. I will say that's a possibility. All right, we're going for the Artemis here. I think the funny thing, I do need the pottery art of the which one, the dead shot in this, because when I initially had this, I got a pottery art Dionysus's Madness in one of my bundles for this that would have been, or should have been, the dead shot. And there it is, finally. Now I've got it. Finally got it. Well, Bareku, there's a good pull right there. Show you our biggest pulls so far. We got a full art Argo out of booster packs from our Joey bundle, and then I got a full art Champ Latagon out of the what was it? One of the starter decks for live stream. I think that was from the Keone booster packs there. But those are our biggest pulls of the night so far. And then we did go through our promo packs already, Bareku. All right, Verdolith. Keep that there. All right, let's see what Virgo can get us. I'd love to pull the full art Demeter here. I'm excited for Demeter to come back because I want more of a reason to play Earth than Dionysus. Spivey, and hey, there's a Demeter, this stained glass. I do think this is one of the better stained glasses. This is actually probably one of the better centered ones that I've ever pulled. Let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, because this one's good. But like this top edge, usually it's like half that thin on the top edge for these Demeters. So I will take that. It's definitely a lot better of a stained glass than that Aeolus is going to be. I'm sorry, but if you told me your chase card out of the new Shattered Stars is going to be the stained glass Aeolus, I'm gonna have to ask you to reconsider what you like out of them, because I don't think I want to complete the set, but if that was the only card I don't get from Ethereal, I would be okay with it. You know, that's something to consider. That's something to consider, Lucas. I don't know exactly how it would work, since they are like smaller packs, but I think there's something they could do in Divine packs for them. A Ratless stained glass. I think there's something there. Definitely something they'll like if they made that change, they would have to consider it for whatever ACK comes after Alchemy, because I'm sure Alchemy's already basically gone to print, since it'll be end of November, early December when that comes out. But I think there's something they could do. I forget how many, because what we're sitting at, I have to look at it. Pull up collect Doppelgator and Lunar Phase, Lunar Eclipse. Yeah, see, this was the best. For now, this was the best change they made, was giving all full art hits in here, which is actually something I had suggested when they did a lot of feedback for it. I had suggested that because I'm like, you gotta give us something other than, you know, hollow poison tunic, because yeah, I don't like that at all. Let's check out Ethereal on collect. What do we got? Yeah, so the problem with the Divine pack, is that we're sitting at it's a 7-card pack for this, and we have the normal 8 reverse stellars that we would have in a regular set. So a Divine pack couldn't even include, like, because you have 1 spirit, so now you're down to 6 cards, and so then you're 6 out of 8 on the reverses. And then how many serialized do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 X out of 99s, 4 box toppers, and 4 X out of 10. So there's something that they could do possibly, but I don't know. We could see they could probably come up with something for it, but the lower card amount is probably what hurts doing that. Pack of random full arts. Yeah, that could be it. I honestly wouldn't even mind, like, say, a semi-divine pack of you get what you could get, like, demi divine, like a demigod pack. You could do it and get, let's grab our spirit. You could do it, what, since it's really like 6 cards, you could go like 1 spirit, and I would make it the ethereal. Oh, the Scent Harbor full art. Oh, such a good one. This being the first textured hollow was awesome. You could do, like, say maybe an ethereal spirit or whatever kind of full art spirits they're doing. Make that gets put as the spirit, and then you could do like 3 of the full art hits and 3 of the reverse stellar hits, or something like that. Or you could do like 2 full arts, 3 reverses, and then still have your normal chance, and then get like you could maybe just have the divine packs always be one very specific stellar, instead of doing like the, so it's like the Phosphocell. Phosphocell is the guarantee, but then we don't have a second serialized in it since it's a smaller set, and you could just make it like a specific X out of 99. Centarbor. I don't like that. I don't think I would mind. All right, Artemis. Let's see what else we can pull here. Haven't gotten any serialized from a Shattered Stars in quite a while. Doppelgator, Toxiri, and a Specteris Champion of Artemis. Though I do love a lot of what's in these sets, since from this Libra on. And last Virgo here. Dogs are barking. Somebody probably dropped something off. Hey, a Pottery Madness. Oh, such a great card. Right, I'm gonna go check on what my dogs are barking at real quick. Alright, yeah, I think it was Amazon dropping off a package. One dog barks at about anything, any little noise from our chime from our ring cam. Alright, move some of this off. The divine packs don't have spirits. I thought they always had the spirits still. All right, booster box time. Time to rip some live stream. Can I get that? Lucas D Games level Lycan's luck to just pull some actual divine packs here? Alright, no stellar on the box topper, but we got a Lakagon Champion of Aphrodite. That over there. So I think outside of my shorts, this is hopefully this is the last time I really gotta plow through a lot of live stream I think I think this set lasted long enough. It honestly feels weird that we got all this stuff so long ago, and then it's we've had to wait on all this just to get more live stream when we thought we would honestly be like 2 sets ahead by now. Kind of like how Daybreak was that I think we were probably in like end of Moonrise. We were actually we were in like Firestorm when we got all that Daybreak extra from the previous Kickstarter from Clash. Oh yeah, I guess that does make the 10. You're right, Lucas. Well, I feel like they're full art spirits that they're doing right now. Hey, full art in the second pack, a posthumous champion of Artemis. Would have liked a different one just to fill out the binder, but can't be too mad at that. I wouldn't even mind. Yeah, spoiler season for Firestorm. Okay, spoiler season. So time has flown in this game, and then with live streams lifespan has really thrown things off. Barabib, Findust, Glimbat, Charge, Thyrsus, Krakatuga, Hopperoo, Reverse Hopperoo, and Up in Flames. I say, and speaking of Firestorm, if we've got a little bit of time, might pop into some Firestorm here as well. Illuminate, Dense Fog, Humbust, Spark It, Sundial, Barabib, Cracking, Amp Up, Corvashine Reverse, and a Falacane. I think it's mostly because I overprinted Lifestream and underprinted Sunstrike, so they wouldn't have been able to do it with Sunstrike anyways. Yeah, that's possible. I wouldn't even. I will say I wouldn't say they underprinted Sunstrike to a point. I think everybody was so over Lifestream and just so ready for Sunstrike that I think we got a little bit more on the hype for Sunstrike, and I think we've seen a decent influx of new people into the game that hopefully are picking up product. Gosh, I can't wait for the EFT to come back of this. And Avila, Champion of Hermes, very nice. This is one of the other Lifestream cards that I could not pull. I kept being stuck at one, which is your playset now, but right. But I think I don't know if Sunstrike was necessarily underprinted. Just they didn't try to expand too much, especially with having to go back and try to get the set out. I think there's different reasons why maybe it's a little smaller printing than we thought, but I think people have just actually bought product too. It's crazy to see that the booster boxes are sold out on Shop Elestrals, and now I know there's probably plenty from distros and stuff out there, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have, especially now that we're halfway through Sunstrike's format. There must be a squirrel out back. He's going crazy. Really, the blisters are underprinted? I didn't think that was a. I didn't think there was an issue with not being able to find blisters. And normally, what I've noticed is when you get a full art that early, there's normally one or two more, and I've hit a few. Yeah, Yeah, hopefully there's a few more. I know Livestream. I don't think I've ever gotten the two full art box in Livestream, but we'll see. Glimbat, Chronodial. Yeah, starter decks were way overprinted. I really think that's the reason we're seeing such bad pull rates and hit rates on the Stellars for starter decks this set. And I think that's probably because they went back to the double starter decks, and so they're like, these were our most popular thing in Firestorm. Firestorm ran out of them on Shop Elestrals. You can still find them in other places that go through distro, but they aren't as common. Soulmates, they're not as common to find. So you're really, I think they were like, we want to make sure that our introductory, new player experience product has plenty of stock. Like, we're going to be able to get new players in on this $30 product as much as possible. It's probably a good and bad thing. It sucks for the chase for us who are trying to chase things out of them, but being able to have the stock to always be able to get your new people into the game at a reasonable price isn't a bad thing. You can't get the Luminaves. Oh, okay. I know. Oh, Upside Down Peliquarius, Terrasail, and a Gambit. I haven't pulled a Gambit in a hot minute. That's a good one. Yes, okay, so can't get the Luminaves. And it's funny because I think the Zaptors are the better, if you're going for the promo at least, the Zaptors are the better ones there. I would say I'd put all those Zaptors into my decks, but now I wish I kind of want these Awakened Spirit Zaptors more than I like the Stellar from the blisters. Though I do really like the Stellar ones they've done on the blisters since Firestorm. Alright. Can we get, there we go. P-Gust, Humbust, Typhlant, Ursicle, Mustache, Blizzard, Guardian, Drataya, and a Morphrost Chimera. Yeah, I think the blisters is probably a weird one to figure out how many to get, because they're like good for new people and people who just like want to open a couple packs, but they're also, they help bling out the Spirit deck with the promo, but they're hard, so it's probably hard to like say, because you're not building a deck just off the double blisters, but you're trying to do upgrades, so like you don't want to overdo it with them, but like you also want to make sure that those products are out there. And since our only options that we do is a double blister pack, and there's not like a what Pokemon does with like the single the single sleeve blisters, I will and gettable, that I think it makes it hard to determine how many need printed. But I think now that we're back at the Kickstarter manufacturer, we're working through a lot of the other issues. I think hopefully we're to the point where they can start making very small tweaks that can really adjust for what the growth of the game actually is, and like dial in like the right amount to print of every product for a set. Leviathan and a Latagon. Yeah, I agree. I think Snowshade, they need to make sure they've got plenty of blisters available. I mean, that's probably what I get from your streams at this point. Like, I mean, I hope the starter decks are better next set, so I can maybe search for whatever the Hades is going to be. The Hades stellars are going to be, but if anything, I just need the blisters to be in good order for grabbing some Fleur Mines and some Owloons and being able to pick up some good hits, because I mean we've had good luck on the blisters in your streams. Now, if you just stop opening all the divine packs out of them off stream, you know, at least let us watch them. Smaltuga, Dratagua, Drataya, PTA, Barabas, Catarant, Reverse Cyprong, and a Royal Owl. Finally got a few more of these. These took a while for me to get. I think I'm finally up to the full play set there. I think the other issue is they didn't want the same issue with the old manufacturer having product left over isn't bad. Having crappy product left over is bad. Yeah, you know, I mean, they learned their mistake early on with the Frostfall overprinting. You know, minus the rest of the stuff with that set. But I mean, given the fact that like the Frostfall amount of stuff sitting in a warehouse outnumbers most of the other product, like from the rest of the game sitting in warehouse, is insane. And so like they definitely learned, and you know, we see what they're trying to get rid of when they do these deals. You know, we're trying to get rid of more Frostfall with the with the bundles for Worlds, or not Worlds, Columbus. Moonrise, still trying to get rid of some remainder of Moonrise and all. Yeah, ripping all the ones you order. Hey, that's, I mean, I get it, and glad you finally got that job offer, man. It sucks to not work for a while. I remember when I went through that of not working for a handful of months. The little bit of my own choice to leave a job, but in that transition period between jobs is can be rough when you're not able to make some money and out there searching. But once it finally hits, then it's so much nicer once it finally hits. Yeah, I know they're your divine packs. I know your divine packs, Mister. I pull all the divine packs. You're like Dan with the Vertiliths. Flurmine, Typhlant, Synectar, Sprouter, Sundial, Humburst, Krakatuga, Terrasail, Reverse Sundial, and a Posthumous. I really need to figure out if I'm going to be able to go to Columbus or not. I did see all the Stellar badges sold out for Columbus, so that's cool to see. I think it's nice that we're like going to be in basically the middle of Snowshade by the time that event happens, and hopefully with what I hear of set design, hopefully we're going to be Reverse Starfall and another Posthumous. We're going to be hopefully at a good point with the game that maybe we don't have maybe no ban lists leading up to it, because I think it should be like somewhat after that event that we would hope to see any competitive changes, since we've got, because that'll only be like just a little over a month into its life cycle, or its set. Giraflora, Humbust, Smoltuga, Ursicle, Krakatuga, Magneros, Corvishine, Reverse Saloon, and an Infrostix. Don't no. We can't let Cobalt play. We can't let Cobalt play Rise, Celestial Rise, Outback Sunrise. Nope, nope. And the reason we definitely can't unban every card is store championships. I taught a guy that showed up just to play Magic at the shop, but nobody was there to play Magic. Came over to us, asked about Elestrals, got hooked with the Greek mythology part of it. We got him a few starter decks that were live stream. He hopped in with the Aphrodite deck, Starfall, and he wound up taking second in our store championships running Aphrodite. I will say my hands were so bad. And even when I had an okay hand, I just didn't pull anything against him. But he picked up the deck really quick, and being able to just Aphoros, and Aphoros, draw cards, Nectar the Gods, and double Aphoros next thing around. That was too much. Like, I'm so glad that deck doesn't exist in that format anymore. Reverse Magneros and a Keone. Mill game. Yeah, I mean, Mill was definitely a lot better when we had some extra drawing and whatnot. Yeah, being a Magic player helps. Yeah, I think it does. I mean, he understood stuff from multiple other games, and so he was able to pick it up somewhat quick. And I mean, he was good at picking up like the game plan of the deck. He even got like some really good combos that even on what I would say is a pretty straightforward deck, in that he actually like really got some of the combos and like siphoning the spirits for things and using things certain ways that he was able to kind of figure out on his own, kind of in the middle to late part of the tournament, which was like super cool to see, and he really liked it. So I'm glad that we were able to add another person, hopefully, to my locals. Ra, are you going down to Card Party this weekend? Licorice, Foamy, Giraflora, Helmelt, Sisyphus's Boulder, Nectar, Blizzard, Necklace, Glaciersa, and a Lunar Phase. I'm really curious what's gonna win Card Party this weekend. It looks like, I think I looked last night, and no, I know me either. I can't. Well, I got work, but I couldn't really afford to take that down there. Yeah, I ain't got the elite funds either. I barely got the funds to support the openings here and having a stack of product for the shorts and everything. Chalice and a Dionysus to end it off. Yeah, $500,000 just to lose. Yeah, that's my thing. Is I don't. My schedule doesn't give me the time to compete at the level I know I could perform at. Like, cause I know I'm not the best player, but I'm also. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a bad player either. I know what I'm doing. I can definitely play this game at a pretty decent level, especially with the decks I'm most comfortable with, but I don't know if I could justify going down to lose like that either. Yeah, I mean, it just takes practice. My first in-person tournament, because I didn't play a card game before this, besides, checking out like TCG like, well, not Pocket because Pocket came out after, but like Pokemon Online and like Yu-Gi-Oh so long ago that like I hadn't thought of these games in forever. You gotta give yourself a little more confidence in that. But I hadn't really played, and I mean that's one thing I think about Elestrals is so nice that I feel like it's definitely easy to pick up. So, becoming a better player, I feel like just takes repetition with this game, really. But teach our own on what they're able to do. Yeah, Dugabus could be good. We're gonna get into some Sunstrike packs here. This from getting some extra packs from the from Store Championships. Come on. Leviathan, Lutrex, Tadpuff, Zip, Leo, Sloth, Twindra, Catabasis, Vesuvatuga, and a Lumavale. I still want to build out Lumavale. Just luck. Come on, don't. We're not. I don't think nobody's gonna sit out here and say if you get a top 4, it's just luck. There's definitely some luck that you gotta have, but it's not all luck. Alright, looks like switch that again. Alright. Hydrate, Kokore. Been working on Aries a lot. Twilix and full art Dugabus. Thank goodness. I've been trying to pull this guy for a hot minute. That makes another inclusion to the binder. So in the last few that I haven't pulled yet, so there's another good hit for us. Dugabus Wrangler. Hey, I sure hope so. I think I'm trying to remember. I think these came out of. I'm trying to remember what else was pulled in this box. I can't remember if there was 2 boxes that these packs were split from, or if it was just from one. I know there was I think a Pantera full art pulled by somebody else at locals from this box it came from. So that would make it at least a 2 full art box, which is good. You really did, Raw. You really did, and I appreciate it. Filling out the binder for the master set. Top 16, I mean top 16 can be luck as somebody when I have gotten to play. I've had decent turnouts. My actual best one is from when we still had the digital app, and I got 11th in that. And I really bubbled out on it because I got down paired in the last round, and even though I still won 2-0 because I played somebody who was just kind of playing the game, and did not have a good record, I wound up having my breakers be super, got shot, and had that guy just been the same record as me, I would have wound up topping that one. But we were also in a lot smaller tournaments back then. Trying to remember. No, Astra, but I did pull from my. I think that there was a box I had a video on. I pulled a I pulled a well, I pulled the Snow Waddle Stellar that I've got up for sale. I pulled that one first pack of that box, and then the last 2 packs were Reverse Stellar Astrabbit Champ and one a Chillalotl. It was those back to back at the end. So it was a full art, a stellar, and 2 reverse stellars in that box, which was like crazy. Hera, I haven't pulled the full art Hera yet, but I've still got a lot of product on that, and it's not one that I'm like, oh, I need please another Impair Watt. I definitely don't need more Impair Watts. But yeah, I think the 2 Divines. I think it's the 2 Divines. So Hera and Ares. Now I pulled the Douglas and the Argo now, so I think we're down to the 2 Divines. And what else? Penterror. 2 Divines, Penterror, at least. Because I've got Sulfuries. I got plenty of Sulfuries. I've got the Frog. Yeah, I think it might just be like those 3. There's probably one that I'm not thinking of because I can't think of what else is in the set right now. All right, we've got some TP, 2 TP3, some Premier Pack, and some TP5. What should we start? What should we go with now? Lucas, I know you could complete it. If I wanted to complete it outside of just pulling it through streams and my channel series, I probably would have already. One, I probably wouldn't have bought as much product as I did, and 2, I probably would have already bought it I will say I probably would have bought it from you. I know. I mean, you've already helped me a little bit on some of those full arts as well, but yeah, I probably would have already bought it at this point just to have it done. But I kind of just wait. I honestly, for most of the full arts, I just wait until, like with the live stream stuff, I wait until the set's over, the full art prices have come down, and like I've pulled enough that I'm like, all right, I'm just not getting the luck. I don't want to buy more sealed product to do the chase. But all right, I think I want to do some TP3 just because we'll get these out of the way, because they're not going to be as good, and I already have really just hunting serialized out of these at this point. Ugh. And these feel like they're absolutely glued together here. All right, yeah, we could do that. Somehow today we've got 2. I mean, out of the full arts we've picked up today, I think the Latagon's the only one that would be a duplicate. So could always look at. I think there's actually live stream stuff I would need to swap for that. So we could always talk off stream about it. Or I'll pop into your stream tomorrow. Nemastar, Reverse Schnark, and a Solstox. I've pulled this quite a few times recently. Oh, I was gonna say, if you were missing stuff from Lucas, that's crazy. His stuff always. I feel like his stuff. I mean, for me, it sits in Indianapolis for a few days. When Lucas sends stuff to me, it gets stuck in Indianapolis for a few days for no reason. When I send stuff down his way, it goes through Indianapolis in about a half second and is on its way. So, USPS is just they really know what they're doing, which sucks to say because they're still better than sending anything through like FedEx and UPS. We got PTA, one of the best PTA arts. Reverse Soul Bell. 1 to 2 business months. Hey, Nick generates Vertilith champ. Nick generates the prizing good, but yeah, from what I've heard, that stuff takes a hot minute to get out of there, even though it's not a Buddha black hole anymore. Okay, I can't even imagine what you have to go through round trip, being out in a like all the way out there. I can't even imagine what USPS and stuff is like for you. All right, you guys want marble frames or gem frames next? Oh, Raw, that sucks. Yeah, actually, my Joey bundle said it was out for delivery the other day. TP4 Stellar Bronta Glow. Is that... That's not... That's just the reverse, right? Not a serialized Lucas? Gems? Alright, guys. Alright, gem frames. But we had my Joey bundle. Dude, if I pulled the Soul Fury, that I'd be so happy. I probably would say we'll just end stream on that, but you know, maybe it'll give us some more luck. We'll go with this one. But my Joey bundle like set out for delivery. I'm like, okay, it was taking like the normal amount of time, and then the mail was like super slow on Monday, so that's why I get mine. It was like super slow, and I was like, where is this stuff? I got Vipyro and a Hydrake. Okay, Lucas, I'll take a look actually if I have an extra of the Bronta Glow. No, okay. I could sell it. I could sell it to Bergie. I get it. The thing is, I think that is probably the only X of 10 that I could pull where I would want to keep it. I'm apparently not as high up on the list of the Soul Fury people, because more people get to play it a little bit and go out of the way to obtain them. But that's the absolute one that like I would keep. I could not sell it because I would need at least like double what what they've been bought at. Like I think that card I would hold on to for a while before I ever decided to trade or sell that card. But yeah, my Joey bundle like didn't come, and then it said it was my delivery like spot. They could not access it when I'm like, you put other mail in my mailbox. It was accessible, so I think they had put it on the wrong. I think they put it on the wrong truck. Ooh, Platypulse. I don't think I pulled this one yet. But I think they put it on the wrong truck, and so it didn't actually go with my mailman, even though it was out for delivery that day. And then so it came the next morning, like right when it normally would. But yeah, I was a little annoyed because I was like, I need to have this because I wanted to open it for this stream. Comagma. I know this could go into the binder, but I think unless I pull a second one, I think it's just going to go as a replacement in my deck. And a small Tuga Champ. Very nice. We are not putting these in the shredder. Swolax. We are not putting our marble frames in the shredder. You will not see me rolling dice to shred Elestrals cards around here. These cards will all be safe. Yeah, it sucks to not get a stellar in every pack. The funny thing is I did notice on Collect, they do have a name for the stellars now. They're not just reverse, they are rare stellars. Nimbug and a Cryoling. Okay, I think that actually really helps fill out most of my Premier packs. stuff. I think I should have one of everything now. Maybe. I might be missing one. But I wish we got one. I wish we got one more card in the. I wish they were 3-card packs again, but I don't mind them all being gem frames. Like I like that. I like the spirits. I think they turned out good. Cryolink and a Hypnosm. Yeah, that should probably do my Premier Pack 3 for now. I like that those are such a small set. You can kind of fill that out for collection real easy. Let's see what else. You know what, Lucas? I'm going to reach in here. Where are they? Let me see how many TP4s. All right, I'll open up one more TP4. Grab for my, this powder calls my giant pile of booster packs. And I'll go one more gem frame as well. We've got like a stack of the TP5 because one of our locals only runs the like pre-release and store champ, like the big events for us. So they get the product, but then like since we're not running regular locals there, they give us a little bit of, you know, heftier pricing for some of our events. So I've got my nice stash that we would get if we were able to run weekly events, but just get a little bit ahead of time. All right, reverse. Let's go for the rare Stellar Bronteglow here for Lucas. Reverse Fawnlet and Majursa Champion of Hestia. I might actually switch that. Got a half secret, mostly secret project working on. I think I might put that in a deck for it. All right, we've got Terratlas. I've had decent luck on the rare Stellars for the gem frames. All right, Terratlas and Up in Flames. Yes, that's also going into the deck. This is such a good card. All right, let's see. We got 7:45-ish. All right. I don't know if we'll make it all the way through, but I've got too much Firestorm sitting in my closet. So we're gonna rip some Firestorm. We're gonna go quick with it because we know what's in Firestorm, and the packs look similar around. All right, box topper. Can we get an X out of 25? Oh yeah, I forgot we don't know in these. Oops. A little anticlimactic there. We actually get code cards still, though, and no X out of 25, but a Majursa Champion of Hestia. Well, I may not need to use the TP one, because I do like this full art one. But I think this is actually the last box topper I needed for Firestorm. Yeah, Firestorm has been a minute. What, at me, Lucas? Pretty easy to laugh at. Alright. Let's go. Zaptor, Narpoon, Harpy, Hibernation, Sparkit, Sorlet, Charcoon, Shiveror, Lycavoid, and Floracne. I forgot we don't have reverses here. Yeah, the box topper. Yeah. Well, you know, when Elestrals changes how they do this every single set, you know, you get confused. They're hidden. They're hidden, like double hidden in Firestorm. They're easy to. They're right on top and easy to see in Lifestream, and then you know Sunstrike at Champion Ferrix. You know, you kind of forget sometimes. It's been a while since I've actually opened the a Firestorm box completely sealed, because with the Firestorm Friday part of the short series, that was all I had. I actually had 2 open boxes that are sitting here. One's like one's like 3/4 gone, the other one's like mostly full. Poseidon's Fury. That is just sitting here open for that. So I've got like, I think I have 3 boxes that aren't in my sealed collection because the one LGS gave me a really good deal on buying, like, well, I guess that would have been a case of Firestorm then, because cases were 6 boxes when we did the 36 packs. Right. Vertolith Champ. I think I got the case for like $300 from them, because they had like so many. I think I bought it at Livestream Livestream pre-release or Store Champs, and I was like, I'll help you move some of that product to me. Remical, Bunnix. Really just trying to pull reverse stellars and stellars out of this at this point. I think maybe some full arts, but I don't even remember what full arts I would need from this set still. I think I picked up most of what I needed for the collection here. Alun, Sluggle, Veritaqua. I really need to. I feel like this camera is good for gameplay for the most part, but man, it does not like to focus on cards very well. Love to eventually be able to upgrade the setup. So it's Ratless, Ignector, Sluggle, Forge, Hibernation, Glaubie, Javalantis, Waylance, and a Solar Charged. I haven't pulled a Solar Charged in a minute. The rest, I don't know about sleeving those Scavicles. This is going to be a nice little project of sorting / storing all this bulk. Full Tempest. Icarus, Sluggle, Veritaqua, Sorlet, Carrion, Cockatoodle, Glaubie, Javalantis, Waylance, and a Chrysor. I think Wynn's still got some unexplored stuff, even though Moth is kind of out of the format. I think the Chrysor stuff could kind of come back a little bit. Pyro, Veritaqua, Narpoon, Sparkit. Ooh. Alright, toss all the cards. Griffuse, Titanostock, Shock, and another Chrysler. Okay, it wasn't a Stellar, so we're good. Alright, Flormine, Narpoon, Harpy, Nimba, Kite Mite, Earth Scout, Griffuse, Titanosaur, Ankleshot, Carry Off Champ. We'll say if anybody wants a, if anybody doesn't have a Frostfall binder and is looking for one, I apparently picked up a Frostfall binder in the Kickstarter rewards because it was the one I didn't have. Oh, full art Hestia. I think that was actually one of the full arts I did not have. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad I did this opening, pulling all the hits for the binder. Set that there. I have no clue what I was previously talking about. Oh, well, that's, I forgot how these did this. So we got the rare, and we'll go all the way to the back, and then we've got our Hollow Spirit right after with the Owloon. I was like, why is Dracodoodle staring me in the face? I thought it was some Frostfall craziness. Zaptor, Henderson, Titanostock, Urscope, Frigica, Bunnix, Torch, Anvil, Caduceus, and a Hermes. It's crazy how Hermes is like seeing no play right now. It really sucks that Hermes is just kind of like taken out back after it was. I can't really say it was rogue, and that is just way more skill intensive than a lot of other decks. It's crazy how it's like Hermes has really fallen off, and I mean the Champ Aviolith part really hurts, but I'd love to see somebody not putting it on Y Rebellion to do it, but I'd really love to see somebody get a good top with Hermes again here soon, just to see like what it looks like. The Rhinosex Rhinymph stuff, to me it's a little weird because like, I mean, I love Rhinosex, one of my favorite Elestrals, but I don't know about it as the Champ of Hermes one. But I'd love to see what somebody can like really do with it. Plucky, Werepup, Teleria, Sirocco, Monsoon, such a great card still, and a Magicy. Monsoon's definitely the best of these the wins. Alright, getting down in the box. Lycoris, Veritaqua, Narpoon, Urscope, Frigicub, Glauby, Javalantis, Waylance, and a Hestia Hollow. Woo. Alright, getting down towards the end of this pack. Rummikle, Earth Scout, Nemastar, Arachnes, Floy, Mistral, Breeze, Liar, and Voltempest. I don't think we can get, I don't think there was ever really double full art boxes out of Firestorm. Though I'd love to be able to find a Stellar in here though. Hearth? One of my favorite cards initially when playing like Spiders and other Hestia stuff. What's everyone's favorite Divine in the game currently? a Zeus. All right, now we just need the Poseidon. I think usually you get one of each divine from Firestorm. The fire divines are probably mine, Hephaestus and Hestia. Though Keon is good, and I'm really hoping Hades becomes my new favorite Galaxy champ. Lycoris. Titanostock, Spinef, Plucky, Weirpup, Nemastar. This card's gonna be good with the Athena stuff, just based on the LGS promo and knowing that Athena's probably gonna do some Nexusing stuff. I think we're gonna see some good stuff. One of my favorite cards ever, Bremelinx, Champion of Keon. One of my just favorite Elestrals in general. But I think Athena, if she does like a bunch of Nexusing stuff too, kind of like how Ares does, but doesn't really go on like the artifacts and stadium side, like does some other stuff, I think it'll be really cool. Drataya, Fulloy, Reforge, Highbear, Torch, Anvil, Caduceus, a Fury. Flurmine, Drataya, Rumacole, Lair, Reforge. This ordering on these is what gets annoying. And there's the Poseidon. I feel like that was nice in like the Firestorm before. It's like you would get the divines, and so you could hollow out your divines pretty easy. And that, especially with these 36 packs. I am realizing 36 packs, man, really was a lot, and this bulk is crazy with the 36 packs. Though I feel like it could have been a lot better. Like it would be more worth it with how we do some of the rarity treatments now, like Sunstrike. If Sunstrike was 36 packs, this honestly they would be crazy, especially with the rates now. Aloon, Stalk, Spinef, Carrion, Cockatoodle, Nimbug, Charcoon, Chivalror, Lycovoid, and another Scavacole. This card, I honestly wish this card was better. You have to have 2 artifact runes on field, which is like kind of annoying, but you could do this over a Volcaries. Like I feel like you could do this over a Volcaries Champion of Hephaestus, as long as you keep it on field for a couple turns. But that's the problem, is like being able to get 2 artifacts. So you either gotta like stack your deck with artifacts, fire artifacts, and then really get over it. But like you could boost it. I mean, double tongs on that, and it gets to, you get double tongs on that. It's a 14 attacker. It's like a 14-10 because the defense buff too. And it special ascends over it. So like I guess all you got to do is protect for 1 turn as long as you have it in your hand. Soulstock's champ. All right, we are getting towards, I think we're at like 6 packs left. Zaptor, Drataya, Rumacole, Urscope, Frigicup. I actually think Frigicup's super good. Majursa. I had a lot of fun with the Firestorm Frigicup pulling back the blizzards and stuff. I think that's pretty fun. But I really can't wait for this Hades stuff and bringing back more for us. I know I said it earlier. But I really want Hades to be good. Even though if you guys have seen it, the LGSFA, there we go, Hollow Volcaries. The playmats for Snowshade, Athena's top tier. Such a good design. Like that is a great design. Looks so good. Hades, who let them publish something with like basic undesigned background? Like Hades and Cryoscorch, good designs. Like they look good. Maybe not my absolute favorite, but like they look good. The background of just standing on like a flat sheet of ice is what I assume. I assume they're supposed to be in like the mountains of Boreas, but like they're just standing on flat, like untextured, uncolored like ice, and there's like not even like a bunch of mountains in the background. Like I'm not sure who let that design like be okayed to go through, because like that they better not produce too many of those playmats, because I don't think they're gonna sell, unfortunately. Like I think the Athena ones will sell. I don't think the Hades ones are gonna sell, and it sucks because like I really like Hades, but I wouldn't buy it. I don't really need more mats, but like if I was in the market to like buy another mat, that would not be one that I would go for. All right, we are down to the final 4 packs. Just gonna be like put me at perfect timing for tonight. All right, we got Flormine, Ignector, Werepup, Nemastar, Lair. Oof, going through. I guess we'll go to it. We got a Vertilith. Illuminate, Veritaqua, Narpoon, Fulloy, Reforge, Hibernation, Panzer, Torchin, Waspire, and Voltempest. Yeah, after going through this Firestorm box, I think 24 packs was the right move for Elestrals to go down. Like, I forgot how intensive it was to open a box of Elestrals prior to live stream. Lair, Forest, Reforge, Glauby, Javalantis, Waylance, and Spinosect. Last pack, Magic, last pack, Magic. Alright, what is the hit gonna be? Illuminape. Elichick, Pandison, Hibernation, Sparkit, Sorlet, Griffuse, Titanic Strike, Ankle-Shock, and our last hit for the night, Aviserus. Well, one of my favorite Elestrals. Not the best version of him, though. Though, I will say, Viscerous Champion of Demeter reveal, very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. Well, let's try to recap a little bit of some of our big hits tonight. We've got Full Art Argo, Full Art Dugabus, Full Art Majursa, Full Art Hestia, Majursa Champ, Full Art Hestia. We've got the Full Art Latagon, Full Art Posthumous Champ. We got our Box Topper Latagon Champ. Grab some Shattered Stars. We've got some good hits out of Shattered Stars. Picked up the Dead Shot I finally needed. Another Madness and Tarbor, Stained Glass Demeter. Some good stuff there. Got some tournament pack over here. Some great gem frame cards and upgrades to some of my decks. And some great marble frames. You guys will have to let me know. If you guys haven't, make sure to leave a like on the stream. It'll really help. I don't know how often I'll be able to, I'm going to be able to hop on stream. But this was a great time doing the first one. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you are not subscribed to the channel already. I'm hoping to be able to get some longer form content up. I haven't decided, but I really want to get some more longer form on the channel. So if you're down to ever try to record some games, whatever, let me know. But keep a lookout on the channel and make sure to go into the short side. Our newest short for today, today's daily pack, should have just dropped. So make sure to go check that out and follow along for our daily pack challenge. Thank you guys again, everybody who showed up, and anybody watching the stream later. Thank you for watching the VOD back. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.